Good morning, students. So, in last lecture, we started third chapter. So, we will continue that. Okay. Okay. So, we started this relational query languages. We saw what is relational query languages and where it is used. Okay. So, as we know, let us revise last lecture quickly. So as we know these columns which are called attributes, or you can say they are title of columns. So there are 5 columns in this table. Degree is equals to number of columns. So you can say this relation has 5 numbers of degrees, or you can say just degree is 5. Okay. Then you know that each record, or say rows, or you can say tuples. Okay. So here there are 7 tuples and cardinality is 7 because cardinality is number of tuples. Okay. And what is domain? Domain is a set of all possible unique values. For example, in this branch column, or you can say in this attribute named branch, we are having CE, IT, EE, and ME. These are the 4 domain. Okay, why 4? Because other values are repeating, and domain is a set of possible unique values. Okay. So here we saw what is super key, what is candidate key, what is primary key, what is alternate key, what is foreign key. The reference of primary key and foreign key is that in student table, this was the example which we saw in last lecture. In student table, we are taking enrollment number as primary key, and in project table we are taking enrollment number as reference key. So student is parent table and this is child table. Why? Because here it is primary key and here we have taken reference, so that is foreign key. So you can say this is child table and student is parent table. Okay. Then we saw there are different operations, relational algebra operations, that are mentioned here. That is selection, projection, cross product, division, rename, join. In join we can have natural join, or you can say inner join. Then outer join, which is left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. Then set operators, which is union, intersection, or you can say minus or set difference. Okay. So in last lecture, we also covered the selection operator. What is selection operator? The symbol of selection operator is sigma. Then notation is you have to write sigma, and in bracket you have to write condition, and then you have to write relation. Relation is table name. Okay. We saw this in the previous chapter also. What is relation? Relation is table name. So here one example is given. Let us go to that example. Okay. This is the table, student table. We want to find, display the detail of students belong to Rajkot city. We have to find only a student who belongs to Rajkot city. Okay, so this is our condition, or you can say this is our select operator, which says that, okay, which says that sigma city equals to Rajkot, and here in bracket we have written relation, that is table name, that is student. Okay. So out of this 5 record, here it is showing only one record, and that record belongs to the student who is from Rajkot city. Okay, this is selection operator. We have to select any particular value, and based on this condition, you can say, based on this condition, you are getting the result. Okay. So next is sigma branch equals to IT, and this is AND operator. Okay. Branch equals to IT and age equals to 17. So here we will get the record of the students who belongs to IT branch and whose age is greater than 17. So here only one is shown. Here also 17, but this is equals to, and here we have taken sign of greater than 17. So we are getting this one record. Okay. Next we saw projection operator. What is projection operator? Symbol of projection operator is this pi. Notation here it is given pi, then in the bracket you have to write attribute list. Attribute list is column of your table. Okay, and here relation, that is your table name. So let us go to the example. Display the enrollment number, name and city. These three columns we need to display of all students. So what here we are doing, we are writing here by, then here we are writing attribute list, that is enrollment number, name and city. Okay, and here in bracket, as per notation, we are writing student, that is our student table, you can say relation. Okay, so in output what we are getting this enrollment number, we are getting this name, and we are getting this city, okay, of all the students, because we have not kept any condition here. Now let us see combined example of projection and selection, how it works. Now see, my first question is display the enrollment number, name and city of IT branch students. Okay, so first I will write here selection operation I will consider here. Sigma branch equals to IT. So the students whose branch is IT, they only will be displayed here. So here S1 and S4, Meet and Dev, their branch is IT, you can see here. So we have displayed that. Now what we are doing, we are applying projection operation also. In projection operation, what we are doing, we are going to display only enrollment number, name and city. Okay, screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here projection operation, what we are doing, we are displaying enrollment number, name and city. Okay, and in bracket we are writing the condition, that is selection operator, that only enrollment number, name and city of those students who belongs to IT branch. So here only Dev and Meet's enrollment number, name and city will be displayed. Am I clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we have covered
Yes, ma'am.
this in last lecture. Okay, so next we saw cross product, or you can say Cartesian product operation. What is there in cross product operation, that you already know in mathematics, right? That in cross product we are, what we are doing, let us go to direct example. See, here we are having two tables, that is student table and result table. Okay, and when we are applying cross operation here, or you can say Cartesian product operation here, at that time student into result, so what we will get, we will get 101 Raj CE and roll number 101 8 SPI. Okay, so first we will get that this thing. Then here students first row and result second row will be displayed. Students first row and result second row. Okay, so same 101 Raj CE, but here second row, that is 103 and 9. Next 102 Meet ME and 101 8. Next 102 Meet ME and 103 9. So this is cross product. Okay, here you can see that roll number is common column in both student and result. So here name has been changed, relation name dot attribute name. So here student dot roll number, and here result dot roll number is displayed. Okay, now we are moving to our next operator, that is division operator. Okay, so here first of all, what is division operator? We are going to divide row based on the whatever condition it is given, right? So here we are, let us see first the symbol. The symbol is division, which we are using in mathematics. Do one thing, you please make note in your notepad or in your word file, so that tomorrow I will ask you queries and then you have to answer me which query was which query has which kind of notation. Okay, or you have to answer me the examples of the notation or query. Okay, okay, so now notation of division operator is relation 1 divided by relation 2. That means table name 1 divided by table name 2. Okay, if we are having two table, at that time whenever we want to perform division operator, at that time we are writing table name 1 divided by table name 2. Whenever I say relation, you have to understand table. Okay, note is given, attributes of relation 2 is proper subset of relation 1. For example, if I am writing 6 divided by 3, then 3 should be subset of 6, right? Then only I will get the proper answer. Now, which operation will be performed? The output of the division operator will have attributes equals to all attributes of relation 1 minus all attributes of relation 2. This you will get the output. Let us check the example. Here you can see, sorry, okay. Here you can see I am having one record of A. This is A record. Okay. Then I am having B1, B2 and B3 record. I am having three different records, B1, B2 and B3. Now when I am writing here A divided by B1, A divided by B1, at that time what values I am getting? You can see here in B1, P2 is given, and in A many such records are given. But which record will be fetched from A? That is S1, because S1 is having P2, then S2 because S2 is also having P2, S3 because S3 is also having P2, and S4, that is also P2. S4 is also having P2. Okay, so such record will be displayed here in division operator. Okay, so this is our answer for A divided by B1. Now let us see here in B2, which values are given in B2? That is P2 and P4. Okay. So now only those record who is having P2 and P4 as their subset, that will only be displayed here. Okay. That is S1, because S1 is having P2 and P4. Then S2, no, because S2 is only having P2. S2 does not have P4. S3, no, because S3 is also having only P2. S3 does not have P4. And other than that, S4, because S4 is having P2 as well as S4 is having P4. Okay, so here answer is S1 and S4 because both values are having P2 and P4. Okay, and next in B3, what we have? B3 shows P1, P2, P4, all these three things. Okay. So here the values, the series number who is having all these three values will only be displayed. Now let's check here. S1 is having P1, yes. S2 is having P2, yes. S1 is having P4, yes. So S1 will be displayed here. Okay. Then S2 will be displayed? No, because S2 does not have P4. S2 is only having P1 and S2 is having P2. So that record will not be displayed here. Then let us check S3. No, because S3 is having only P2. S4, no, because S4 does not have P1. So it does not satisfy this condition. Okay? Am I clear till now? Any question? Any question? Okay, so am I clear? No doubt? Okay. So now here is one another example for division operator. That is, we are having two relation R and relation S. This is relation R, table R, and this is relation S, table S. Okay. Now see, we have what we have to do here, R divided by S. So what we should get, the value in R whose D is 1, D and E is A and 1, and D and E is B and 1. Okay. So let us check here. This first thing, alpha A alpha. Why? Because here D is A and E is 1. Okay. Then will it displayed alpha A gamma? Yes. Why? Because here D is A and E is 1, which will satisfy our this condition. Okay, so this both is shown. Now let us go next. Alpha, A, gamma. Will this satisfied? Is this satisfied here? Is this satisfied here? Yes. So that will be also shown there. Okay. So let us move to our next operator. That is rename operator. Any doubt in division operator? Any doubt in division operator? No doubt. Okay. Okay. So next is rename operator. The symbol of rename operator is rho, R-H-O, rho. We will pronounce this symbol as rho. Okay. Notation is rho. Then here you have to write attribute list and this is relation. What operation will it perform? It renames the existing relation. Okay, it will rename the existing relation. You can say table relation name, that is table name, or it can also rename attribute name. Okay, whatever you will list here, that will be renamed. Okay, see, row XR renames the relation R to X. That means that if your table name is R, it will rename your table name by name X. Okay, this is the condition. Then row X A1, A2, AN, R. That means it will rename your relation R to X. Why? Because here it is R and here you have given X. So it will rename your R to X and its attribute to A1, A2 to AN, whatever you have mentioned here. Attributes will also be renamed. Okay. Next, row A1, A2, AN and R. What it will do? It will rename all the operations of the relation. Okay. Only attributes will be renamed here because here they have not given what we have to rename in relation name. Okay. Only attribute list is given here. So only attribute will be renamed. Let us look at the example. Now see, here is one example. Any doubt? Please unmute yourself. Sorry, mute yourself. Okay. So here there is one example. There is one table, book, and the attribute of the table is title, author, year, and price. These are the attributes of the table book, or you can say this is relation and these are attributes, or you can say column. This is relation and these are attributes or column. So book relation with attributes title, author, year, and price. The rename operator is used on book relation as follow. See, in this query, in our first query, what we are doing? Row, temp, B name, A name, B sorry, A name, B name, A name, B name, C name, D name, E name, F name, G name, H name, I name, J name, K name, L name, M name, N name, O name, P name, Q name, R name, S name, T name, U name, V name, W name, X name, Y name, Z name, Z name, T 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 name Sorry, there was some connection issue. Okay, so let us go to rename again. So here, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute. Okay, so here in this example, we are renaming, in first example, we are renaming table name and attributes name, right? How we are doing that? Here we have given relation book, which is already existed in our database. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are writing temp and in bracket, we are listing all the attributes name, that is B name, A name, P year and B price. Okay, so title will be renamed as B name, author will be renamed as A name, year will be renamed as P year, that is published year, and price will be renamed as B price. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are renaming table, or you can say relation name, as well as attributes. In next query here, we are writing row, temp and in bracket book. That means book will be renamed to temp. Okay, then here in third one, we are renaming only attributes name. We are not writing here any relation name or table name. We are writing only attributes name. So here only attributes will be renamed as B name, A name, P year and B price. Okay, am I clear till now? Is it clear? Any doubt in rename operator? Okay, let us look at the example. See, here we are having one table, or you can say relation, which is named employee, and we are having three columns or attributes, that is ID, name and salary. ID, name and salary. Okay, so here we are writing row, student, employee. So now my relation named employee will be renamed as student, will be renamed as student. Okay, so you can see here first it was employee, now it is student. This is my output. Okay, now you have to write query in chat box, how can I change id into enrollment number? How can I change id into enrollment number? Right, there is rename operator operation. Everyone please. Write into chat box, how can I rename id into enrollment number? Everyone have to write here answer. Okay. Row enrollment employee. No Ramesh. We are I here I am saying I want to change attribute name ID to enrollment number. Student dot ID bracket enrollment number. No. Yes. Enrollment number employee. Yeah, correct. Row enrollment number. In bracket you have to write relation name. ID is not relation name. Bhavin, note it down please. You have to write here in bracket employee, not ID. Student ID, enrollment number. No, Jai. In bracket again, you have to write relation name. Yes. Dhruv has given correct answer. Good, Dhruv. Row, enrollment number, name, salary. That is attribute, and in bracket he has written employee. Very good, Dhruv. Okay, so this is the query. Okay, whenever you want to rename attributes, at that time here you are going to write. See, here we are renaming ID as e code, name as e name, and salary as balance. We are renaming these three things. Okay, so row, then here attribute list. Even if you are not going to change name and salary, even if you want to change only ID, then also you need to write comma name comma salary, because here you are listing complete attributes. Okay, and in bracket you are writing employee, that is your table name, or you can say relation name. Okay, now let us rename both. I want to rename employee as student, and I want to rename these three attributes also. So what I am doing here, row, student, roll number, which is ID, that will be changed into roll number, name will be changed into S name, and salary will be changed into balance. And here we are writing relation name. Please note it down here in bracket. I am writing relation name. I am not writing attribute name, column name, or anything else. Okay. Any doubt here? Any doubt? No? Okay. So our next relational algebra operation is natural join, or you can say inner join. Okay. So whenever in exam, if it is asked natural join, or if anything about really inner join is asked, at that time you have to write this. Now please mark this question. In GTU's exam, or you can say in mid exam, 7 to 10 marks queries are always there. You have to write that. Okay, so remember the notation of the query, because they will always ask 7 to 10 marks query. If you are clear with this, then you will easily get that marks. No one can cut your marks there. You have to just simply mention the query, no explanation needed. Okay. Okay, let us move to natural join. What is natural join? The symbol of natural join is given here. This is how you will identify natural join. Then notation is given, relation 1 R1, relation 2 R2. What operation will it perform? Natural join will retrieve consistent data from multiple relations. Okay, consistent data will be retrieved here, and it will combine record from different relations that will satisfy given condition. We will see the example. Now see, there are three steps in inner join, or you can say in natural join. First, what it will do, it will perform Cartesian product. That means it will perform the cross operation. In cross operation, we saw that if the values are different, then also it will show the result. Here, Raj and Meet's result are shown with respect to 8 SPI also, and with respect to 9 SPI also, both. Okay, so total we are getting 4 answer. So here you can see in natural join, we will get multiple answer. Then in step 2, then it deletes inconsistent tuples. Tuples which are inconsistent, that will be deleted. And then it removes an attribute from duplicate attribute. Only one attribute will be listed there. Duplicate attribute will be removed, or you can say deleted. Okay. So see here again that example is taken. Student and result. First, it will perform step 1, that is, it has performed the cross operation, or you can say Cartesian product operation. Okay, then it will remove inconsistent tuples. So So tuples which are inconsistent, that will be removed here. Student roll number and result roll number, both will not be existed, so it will be removed. Okay, only the things which are matching, or you can say which are consistent, that will only be there. So here only 101 is there, because see, here student roll number is 101 and here result is 103, so that is inconsistent data, right? Here 102 and 101, that is also again inconsistent data, which will be removed. Then here 102 and 103, again inconsistent data, which will be removed. Okay, so here only data which is consistent, that will only be displayed. This is our second step. Third step is removes an attribute. It removes an attribute. Now see, I am getting two answers same here in two attributes, that is result roll number and student roll number, which is not needed, right? So I am writing here only roll number 101, then name, branch name and SPI. Only this much things are needed in your table. So this is natural join, or you can say inner join. Okay, write the steps of natural join in your book or in your notepad. Note it, please. I will ask this tomorrow. It can also be asked in GTU's exam. In GTU's exam, they will also ask you to perform the query or to show the result, or they can ask you to write the query or steps of the query. So write this down, natural join, or you can say inner join. Done? Any doubt? Okay. Tomorrow this would be my question. What are the steps to perform natural join, or what are the steps to perform inner join? Give example. So at that time you have to explain me this. Okay. Now let us move to our next operation, that is outer join. What is outer join? In natural join, some records are missing, right? Because our complete record would be, we also wanted meets result, but here in final outcome it is not there, it is missing. So the thing is, in natural join, some records are missing. If we want that missing records, then we have to use outer join. Okay, if we want that record, then we have to use outer join. Now outer join are of three types. First one is left, second one is right, and third one is full outer join. Now let me say what is left outer join. It will display all the tuples of the left relation even though there is no matching tuple in the right relation. If I am having two relation, that means if I am having two tables, then whatever I will write in left side, that every data will be displayed. Even that few data are not given in right relation, at that time it will display with null, but it will be displayed. Okay. For such kind of tuples having no matching, the attributes of relation will be padded with null in the resultant relation. Now let us see. Here, for example, I am having two tables, or you can say two relation. First one is class and second one is class info. These are the two relation which I am having right now. Okay. So you see here in ID 1 to 5 is shown, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and name of this person, or you can say name of this students are shown here. B, Adam, Alex, Anu, and Ashish. Okay. So here in class information, we are having information of 1, 2, 3, and 7, 8. We are not having information of 4 and 5, which is required here. We are not having that. So whenever we will perform our outer join, left outer join, at that time, first we have to write left outer join symbol here, class, left outer join, class info. So that it will display the result of all these 5 tuples or all these 5 records. Okay. If we perform natural join in this table, at that time we will get only 3 records, that is 1, 2, 3, because that we are having complete data of 1, 2, 3. So So in natural join or inner join, only these three records will be shown. But here in left outer join, we are getting result of left class, that is this class, left relation. Okay, so that is 4 and 5. Here in left side we are having 4 and 5, so here we are showing here 4 and 5. Okay, name is also shown. Even if we do not have data of all the left tuple, then also we are displaying that here. Other what thing is given? With null in resultant relation. So resultant relation would be ID and address, which is not mentioned for Anu and Ashish. We are writing there null. Okay, or you can say database is fetching the value null while performing left outer join. Am I clear? Any doubt in left outer join? No doubt. Okay. So now see here, I am having two relation, employee and student. Employee and student. Okay. Now, display name, salary, and balance of all employee. I want to display name, salary, and balance of all employee. My first relation is employee, that is left relation, and second relation is student. So I am writing here. So whenever I want to display something at that time, we have to write here projection operation, right? Here in projection operation, we already saw that whenever we want to display something, we are using projection operation. Like here we used enrollment number, name and city. We want to display these three things of student. So here we use this pi. Pi is the symbol of projection operator. Okay. So again, let us say we want to display name, salary, and balance of all the employees. So here what I am doing, I am writing here pi, name, salary, and balance. These three things should be displayed of all employee. So how will I get and salary only? I do not have balance. How I will combine these two table? That is, I will perform outer join operation. So here I am performing outer join operation. I am writing here employee, outer join, left outer join, and student. Okay. How am I getting the data? Meet with salary 15,000 and balance of meet is 8,000. Right? So here I am getting meet 15,000 and balance is 8,000. I got complete data of meet. Now I want complete data of Jai. Even if Jai do not exist here in second table or second relation student, then also I need to show here because this is left outer join. So it will always show me all data of all employees. Okay. So here Jai, then salary is 20,000 and balance of Jai is not mentioned here in student table. So how will I get balance? I will not get balance. So what I will write here? I will write here null. To write outer join. So in right outer join, it is said whatever things we were doing from left table, that we will do from right table. Okay. Display all the tuples of right relation even though there is no matching tuple in the left relation. For such kind of tuples having no matching, the attributes of left relation will be padded with null in resultant relation. Now see, this is the symbol of right outer join. Okay, this is the symbol of right outer join. Here I am having two relation, or you can say here I am having two table, that is class and info. Now if I am performing here right outer join, what result will I get? First I was getting left side result, now I will get right side result. That is first complete result 1 2 3 7 8. So here ID I am writing 1 2 3 7 8, and then here address Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Noida, and Panipat. Here I am writing complete address. whatever values I'm having here in this table, I will write that value. So I'm having here values of 1, 2, 3, that is Abhi, Adam and Alex. I'm not having values of 7 and 8. Here there is 4 and 5, here 7 and 8. And I want to display, I'm writing here right outer join. So I want to display 7 and 8's value, which is not there here. So here I am writing null. As you can see here I have written null because 7 and 8 ID and name is not displayed in this table. Okay. Am I clear? Am I clear? Yes. Okay. So answer me this thing. Answer me this thing. If I perform right outer join in this example, in example of left outer join, employee and student table, if I perform right outer join, then which person's name, salary and balance will I get? Whose name, salary and balance will I get if I perform right outer join? That means if I perform right side tables data, what will I get? Only Meet. Only Meet. Meet. I am getting Meet's salary and balance from both. Plus, I am getting Jai's salary and balance because Jai's name is there in employee table. That means in left table. So what if I am going to perform right outer join? Meet and Raj. Yes, correct. In Meet and Raj, what I will write here, Meet, every data I will get about Meet. Then here in Raj data, I will get only name and balance. Salary will be null here. Salary will be null. Okay. Why? Because here in this table, Raj is not given. So this will be null and balance will be 8,000 for, 5,000 for Raj. Okay. So this will be my right outer join. Clear? Yes, Ramesh. Meet and Raj, where Raj salary will be null. Okay, good. Okay. See, we are going to perform all these operations in your lab session. Okay. So you need to remember this. Make note of this. Okay. Now we have completed left outer join and right outer join. Now we are moving to full outer join. What is full outer join? It displays all the tuples of both relation. This is the sign of full outer join. It will display right as well as left outer join both. Okay. Now let us see this example. We saw that what output it gave in left and right outer join. Now in full outer join, what output will it give to us? That means it will display 1 to 5 because here we are having 1 to 5. Then it will take data of 1 to 3 because we are having data of 1 to 3, right? Delhi, Mumbai and Chennai. But we do not have data for 4 and 5, that is Anu and Ashish. So we are keeping here null. We are writing here in this tuple null. Okay. Then I am having values 7 and 8. That is Noida and Panipat. So I have to write that here in Noida and Panipat. But I do not have ID and name for 7 and 8 in this table, in class table. So I am writing here null. Both please null. Okay. This is full outer join. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay. So let us first give me answer of this. Okay. What if I display here full outer join rather than left and right outer join? What if I write here full outer joins operation? What will be my output? Write that in chat box. What will be my output? Meet Jai and Raj. Okay. Yes, Anjan. Okay, Vartika. Which values will be displayed null? If I am writing all these three names, in which tuple I have to write null? Raj salary will be null. Okay, only Raj salary or something else also? Meet Jai null. Aditi, Meet and Jai null. I don't understand that. Yes. The person whose name is Jai, his balance will be null because here in second tuple, balance of Jai is not given. And here in employee table, Raj's salary is not given. So Raj's salary and Jai's balance, that both things will be null in our full outer join. Yes, very good. Okay. Okay, very good. Now, I will ask you to unmute yourself. Only those students unmute yourself, okay? Vatsal, please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so Vatsal, which query we saw today? How many queries we did today? Vatsal, how many queries we did today? How many queries we did today, Vatsal? Alwish, unmute yourself,
Yes, ma'am.
Alwish.
Hello, ma'am.
Alwish, how many
Hello,
queries we
ma'am.
did today? Yes. Yes, Alwish, how many
Give me
queries
2
we did
minutes, sir.
today?
Okay, ma'am. Combined query.
Combination
Uh,
of?
Combination. One.
Of
Okay,
projection and
projection and
selection.
selection, પછી cross product.
Yes, cross product. Then?
And division operators.
Okay, we started with division operator in today's lecture. That was revision of last lecture. Okay, then
Rename
division, then
operators.
rename. Okay,
Then
then
rename natural join and inner join.
natural join. Natural join
Yeah.
or inner join. Both are same.
Okay.
Okay, then
Outer join
okay.
and any other
Okay, Alwish.
left outer,
Okay.
right outer, and full outer.
हाँ नहीं. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good. Hemali. Hemali. Okay, Manthan.
Yes, ma'am.
Manthan, unmute yourself. Okay. Manthan, what is there in outer join? Explain outer join. Vishwaraj, unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Vishwaraj, what we did today?
નેચર્સ જોઈનમાં જે રેકોર્ડ મિસિંગ થાય છે ને એ રેકોર્ડને યુઝ કરવા માટે આઉટર જોઈનનો ઉપયોગ કરી છે.
Okay, very good. What are the subqueries of outer join?
લેફ્ટ આઉટર જોઈન, રાઈટ આઉટર જોઈન, ફૂલ.
Okay, good. So any doubt in this queries? Any doubt till now? Anyone? No?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us move forward. Screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So now next operations are set operators in our database. Okay, set operators combine the result of two or more queries into a single result. That is the main operation of set operators. There are different types of set operators: union, intersection, and minus, or you can say set difference, which we already know, which we have studied in mathematics. Okay, let us go one by one. First one is union operator. What is union operator? Symbol is given here, that is similar to U, but it is not U. Okay, notation is relation 1 union relation 2. That means table name 1 union table name 2. Whenever we want to display output of both the tables. Okay, what are the operations? Select tuples, those are in either or both of the relation. It will select the tuples if they are in any one or in both the relation. Okay, requirement is union must be taken between compatible relation must be compatible. Okay, now see, relation R and S are compatible if, how they have defined that whether it is compatible or not. They are compatible if both have same t, that is total number of attributes. Both should have total number of attributes. Second, or you can say total number of columns. Okay, whenever I say attributes, you are understanding columns. Then domain of ith attribute of R and S are same. Ith attribute, that is whatever number of attributes they are having, domain of that attribute should be same. Let us see the example. See here, there is one relation named R, and here there is one relation named S. Okay, column of R is A and B, or you can say attribute of R is A and B, and attribute of S is also A and B. So that is compatible. Okay, and domain name compatible. That means here we are having alpha and beta. Here also we are having alpha and beta. Okay, and here we are having in numbers 1 2 3 1 1 2 2, whatever it is there. Here also we are having in numbers. So that domain is also same, and attributes of both relation are also same. Okay, so it is compatible. Now let us do the union operation of R and S. What will be the result? It will give us alpha 1 because it is there in R, alpha 2 because it is there in R as well as in S. But it will not give us two values. It will give us only one value, even though it is same. Then beta 1 and beta 3. So this is our union operation. Union removes duplicate record. It has not taken alpha 2 times. Why? Because that will create duplicate record, and the operation of union is it will remove duplicate record. Am I clear? Yes. Okay. Okay, so here today we are ending our session here only. We will continue tomorrow. Tomorrow, first I will ask you few queries. So prepare your query which we have done today, and read it. If you don't understand, you can ask me tomorrow. Okay. Join your lab at 12. Thanks you. Have a good day.